New York City, September 2025. The fashion capital of the world was already buzzing with anticipation as the global elite, from designers to Hollywood stars, gathered for one of the most glamorous events of the year, New York Fashion Week. But this season, one name overshadowed all the rest. That name was Jungkook. The youngest member of BTS, known to fans as the Golden Maknae, officially made his debut at New York Fashion Week, stepping into the spotlight as the star guest of Calvin Klein's highly anticipated runway show. For months, speculation had swirled about whether Jungkook would appear in person, especially after his contract with Calvin Klein elevated him into one of the brand's most iconic ambassadors. But nothing could prepare the world for the impact of his actual arrival. As Jungkook entered the venue in a sleek black Calvin Klein ensemble, the crowd erupted. Cameras flashed. Fans outside the venue screamed his name as chants of "Jungkook, Jungkook" echoed down the Manhattan streets. Within minutes, social media platforms were ablaze. Hashtags like #Jungkook NYFW and #Calvin Klein Jungkook began trending worldwide, racking up millions of mentions before the show had even started. Inside, the star power was undeniable. Fashion editors, celebrities, and even supermodels couldn't help but turn their heads toward him. To many, Jungkook wasn't just another celebrity guest. He was a global cultural icon, a pop star seamlessly crossing into the world of high fashion. Calvin Klein has long been known for its minimalistic yet bold aesthetic, a style that resonates perfectly with Jungkook's dual image, both effortlessly cool and undeniably powerful. Since becoming the face of the brand, Jungkook has fronted campaigns that broke records for engagement, proving that his influence extends far beyond music. But this was different. This was live, global, historic. The moment Jungkook's seat was revealed in the front row, beside A-list celebrities and fashion moguls, the camera stayed locked on him. Every smile, every glance, every subtle move was documented, shared, and adored by millions watching from afar. Although Jungkook wasn't walking the runway himself, many fans argued that he didn't need to. His presence alone stole the show. One viral post on X, formerly Twitter, read, "The models walked, but Jungkook owned the runway just by sitting there." Within 24 hours, over 1 million posts had been made mentioning Jungkook at NYFW, making him the most talked about musician of the entire event. For ARMY, Jungkook's appearance at New York Fashion Week symbolized something deeper. It wasn't just about fashion. It was about representation. A South Korean artist, once a teenager dreaming of performing on stage, was now sitting as a global fashion icon at one of the most prestigious style events in the world. And while the flashbulbs and viral hashtags may fade in the days to come, one thing has become crystal clear. Jungkook's influence is no longer confined to music. He is shaping the future of global culture. One stage, one runway, and one iconic moment at a time. When Jungkook walked into the Calvin Klein show, it wasn't just a celebrity attending an event. It was history being written in real time. Fashion Week has always been dominated by designers, models, and Hollywood elites. But rarely has the presence of a K-pop idol shaken the very core of the industry. The last time a moment like this happened was years ago, when certain celebrities transitioned from music to fashion. But Jungkook's debut was different. He wasn't crossing over reluctantly. He was claiming his place in a global fashion narrative that had long excluded Asian pop stars from its center stage. And what made it even more powerful? Jungkook did it not by walking the runway, but by owning the room. Black, sleek, timeless. Jungkook's Calvin Klein look perfectly embodied the brand's DNA, but there was something more subtle at play. The way the clothes fit him wasn't just about fabric. It was about confidence and transformation. Fashion critics noted that Jungkook's styling was minimalistic yet powerful, echoing the same aura he brings to his performances. The black outfit wasn't just a choice, it was a statement. I don't need extravagance to stand out. I am the statement. And ARMY agreed. Within hours, breakdowns of Jungkook's outfit, from jacket cut to the stitching on his jeans, filled Twitter, TikTok, and Weavers. Fans recreated the look, tagged Calvin Klein, and even caused a temporary spike in global online searches for Calvin Klein Jungkook outfit NYFW. Fashion Week sees its fair share of viral moments, but Jungkook's impact was unlike anything before. Within a few hours of his appearance, there were over 1 million posts mentioning him on X, formerly Twitter. By the end of the day, Jungkook was officially the most talked about musician of New York Fashion Week 2025. But why? Because for fans, Jungkook wasn't just another celebrity guest. He was their Jungkook, the boy who trained for years in Seoul, who grew up in front of ARMY's eyes, now sitting among fashion legends in New York City. The emotional resonance was unmatched. Fans cried on live streams, saying things like, "We saw him as a teenager in oversized hoodies, and now he's in Calvin Klein at NYFW. This isn't just his win, it's our win." For Calvin Klein, the collaboration with Jungkook has already been a marketing masterpiece. Since naming him a global ambassador, every campaign featuring him has broken engagement records. But having him attend NYFW in person was the ultimate flex. Industry insiders revealed that ticket demand for the Calvin Klein show skyrocketed after whispers of Jungkook's appearance began circulating. Influencers, journalists, and even rival brand executives scrambled for seats. It wasn't just fashion anymore. It was Jungkook's moment, and Calvin Klein knew it. Even outside the venue, hundreds of ARMYs gathered hours before the show began, chanting his name, holding banners, and wearing Calvin Klein outfits in solidarity. Some fans even traveled from across the US and overseas just for a glimpse. Videos surfaced online of fans screaming in unison when Jungkook's car pulled up. The clip alone hit millions of views on TikTok within hours, with captions like, "You don't understand, this is his era." For many, it wasn't just about fashion. It was about belonging to a history-making moment. This debut wasn't happening in isolation. Jungkook's transition into the fashion world reflects a bigger pattern. His influence now transcends music. In the past 2 years alone, Jungkook has released record-breaking solo music, starred in Calvin Klein campaigns that defined 2024-2025's fashion trends, become a global conversation starter across industries. The Calvin Klein NYFW appearance was the natural next step, but it also raises a bigger question. Is Jungkook preparing to balance two worlds, music and fashion, equally? As the show ended, Jungkook didn't need to say a word. His smile, his effortless charm, and the thunderous noise of ARMY outside the venue were enough to confirm one thing. This was only the beginning. Rumors are already swirling that Jungkook might not stop at Fashion Week. Insiders speculate possible capsule collections, brand collaborations, or even a Calvin Klein campaign filmed in New York itself. For fans, the speculation feels endless, but so does the excitement. Because if history has taught us anything about Jungkook, it's this: whenever people think he's reached his peak, he climbs even higher. To truly understand the weight of Jungkook's debut at New York Fashion Week, we need to step back. This wasn't just Jungkook showing up at a fashion event. This was the boy from Busan who once shyly admitted he didn't know how to style himself, now sitting confidently in the front row of Calvin Klein's most important global showcase. When Jungkook first debuted with BTS in 2013, he was the youngest, often hiding behind oversized hoodies and simple sneakers. Fast forward to 2025, and he has transformed into the embodiment of Calvin Klein's global aesthetic: raw, confident, effortlessly magnetic. This arc, from shy trainee to global fashion icon, is what makes the moment so powerful for ARMY. They didn't just witness Jungkook at NYFW, they lived the entire journey with him. International headlines poured in within hours of his appearance. The runway belonged to Jungkook by Vogue Korea. BTS's Jungkook sets NYFW ablaze by New York Times Style section. When K-pop meets Calvin Klein, Jungkook becomes the face of fashion's new era by LUS. Critics weren't just commenting on his outfit, they were acknowledging a cultural shift. For decades, Fashion Week has been centered on Western icons. Jungkook's presence signaled a rebalancing of global influence, proof that Korean pop culture isn't just participating, it's leading.